Hello and welcome. Today we're back again doing another reading of Hebrews, and we'll be doing chapter 9. So with that also we're going to be doing, so we'll have 4 chapters left. It'll be 10, 11, 12, and 13. So yeah. So chapter 9 is a little bit longer, so bear with me with the names and stuff like that and stuff, what I'm about to say and stuff. But yes. Also, I want to lift up, like, kind of me a little bit. This Thursday, I have an appointment called EMG. E an EMG. And they said this procedure is going to hurt. So what I asked is that just some calmness, a little bit ease. Probably going there, probably gonna be nervous. I asked the doctors to find out what's exactly going on. What's causing my pain. So yeah. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into Hebrews chapter 9. Now even the first covenant had regulations for worship and an earthly place of holiness. For a tent was prepared, the first section in which were the lampstands, and the table, and the bread of the presence. It was called the holy place. Behind the second curtain was a second section called the most holy place. Having the second curtain was a second section called the most holy place, having the golden altar of incense and the ark of the covenant, covered on all sides with gold, in which was a golden urn holding the manna, and the Aaron's staff, the bolted, and the tablets of the covenant. Tablets of the covenant. Above it were the cherubim of glory, overshadowing the mercy seat. Of these things we cannot speak in detail. These preparations having thus been made, the priests go regularly into the first section, performing their ritual duties. But into the second holy the highest priest goes, and he but once a year, not without taking blood, which he offers for himself and for the unintentional sins of the people. By this the Holy Spirit indicates that the way into the holy places is not yet opened, as long as the first section is still standing, which is symbolic for the present age. According to this arrangement, gifts and sacrifices are offered that cannot perfect the conscience of the worshipper, but deal only with food and drink and various washings. Regulations for the body imposed until the time of Reformation. But when Christ appeared as a high priest of the good things that have come, then through the greater and the more perfect tent, not made with hands, that is, not of this creation, he entered once for all into the holy places, not by means of the blood of goats and calves, but by means of his own blood, thus securing eternal redemption. For the blood of goats and bulls, and the sprinkling of defiled persons with the ashes of a heifer, sanctify for the purification of the flesh. How much more will the blood of Christ, who through the eternal Spirit offered himself without blemish to God, purify our consciences from dead works to serve the living God? Therefore he is the mediator of a new covenant, so that those who are called may receive the promised eternal inheritance, since a death has occurred that redeems them from different transgressions committed under the first covenant. For where a will is involved, the death of the one who made it must be established, for a will takes effect only at death, since it is not in force as long as the one who made it is alive. Therefore not even the first covenant was inaugurated without blood. For when every commandment of the law has been declared by Moses to the people, he took the blood of calves and goats with water and sacral wool and hypos, and sprinkled both the book itself and all the people, saying, "This is the blood of the covenant that God commanded for you." In the same way, he sprinkled with the blood both the tent and all the vessels used in worship. Indeed, under the law, almost everything is purified with blood, and without shedding of blood, there is no forgiveness of sins. Thus, it was necessary for the copies of the heavenly things to be purified with these rites, but the heavenly things themselves with better sacrifices than these. For Christ has entered not into holy places made with hands, which are copies of the true things, but into heaven itself. Now to appear in the presence of God on our behalf, nor was it to offer himself repeatedly, as the high priest enters the holy places every year with blood not his own, for then he would have to suffer repeatedly since the foundation of the world. But as it is, he has appeared once for all at the end of the ages to put away sin by the sacrifice of himself. And just as it appointed for man to die once, and after that comes judgment, so Christ, having been offered once to bear the sins of many, who appear a second time, not to deal with sin, but to save those who are eagerly waiting for him. So, there we have it. Thank God for watching, guys. That was chapter 9 of Hebrews. We'll have chapter 10 in a couple, we'll say 2 weeks. Try to get Hebrews finished. So, I'm not sure what's going to be happening this Thursday, August 20th. Not sure what it's going to bring. Yeah, that's the 20th, yeah. The third on Thursday. Not sure what it's going to bring, not sure what's in store. Well, I ask you to pray for me. I ask that you pray for this family in general. So yes. I thank God for watching. And, speaking of something. This channel, what I want this channel to look like is to be what's called a nonprofit. So any money that does receive it, if I get this channel to the achievements, that it's becomes a paid channel, where YouTube pays it. YouTube pays me for every watched views that it gets. All that money will then go to charities, will go to helping things, will go to churches, will go to any ministry that needs to be given. That's what this channel is going to be about. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you sometime. Bye-bye.